Hello everyone, welcome back to online lecture series on Applied Thermodynamics. We are continuing with our topic of fundamentals of compressible flow. So as usual, we will be doing a quick revision of our previous lecture first. So in case of compressible flow, the density does not remain constant. There are few examples like fluid flow through orifice and nozzles, flow through compressors, projectiles and airplanes flying at high altitude with high velocity. Then we actually revised few topics of our fundamental thermodynamics. That is the equation of state PV is equal to RT. We modified this equation till P is equal to rho RT. Second topic was expansion and compression of perfect gas, in which we discussed the formulas for isothermal process, adiabatic process and polytropic process. The next topic was basic equations of compressible flow, in which first we derived the continuity equation in differential form, that is dV upon V plus dA upon A plus d rho upon rho is equal to 0. Then Bernoulli's equation in case of compressible flow is given by this formula here, that is integration dP by rho plus V square by 2 plus Gz is equal to constant. Here as you can see, we haven't taken the density term outside the integration because density is variable in case of compressible flow. Then we derived the Bernoulli's equation for an isothermal process, and finally here we obtained, if we focus on this equation, then it is P by rho G log P plus V square by 2G plus Z is equal to constant. So this is the Bernoulli's equation. Now we will move forward with our new topic. So here this was the Bernoulli's equation for isothermal process, and now we will derive Bernoulli's equation for adiabatic process. So this is we are going to derive. So here P divided by rho raised to K is equal to constant, as we all know, and let's say this as C1. So we can say that P is equal to C1 into rho raised to K. Actually we will write down this as C2 to avoid confusion with our previous theorem. So now We can also write down here the value of rho. Actually, rho raised to k is equal to P over C2. So we can write down rho is equal to P over C2 raised to 1 over k. That we need to remember. Now we will do integration dp by rho. And that will be equal to integration dp by p raised to 1 over k into c2 raised to 1 over k. So here is equal to, we can take c2 1 over k outside, c2 1 over k integration p raised to minus 1 over k into dp. So here is equal to c2 1 over k into p raised to minus 1 over k plus 1 divided by minus 1 upon k plus 1 is equal to c2 raised to 1 over k into p raised to k minus 1 upon k divided by k minus 1 upon k. So k upon k minus 1 into c2 raised to 1 upon k into p to k minus 1 upon k. So here instead of c2 we can, here instead of c2 we can put p divided by rho raised to k. So we can also utilize this expression. So here k rho raised to k 1 divided by k into p raised to k minus 1 over k is equal to k divided by k minus 1 p raised to 1 upon k divided by rho into p raised to k minus 1 upon k. And here we can have summation of the powers. So let's do it here inside. That is 1 upon k plus k minus 1 upon k. So 1 plus k minus 1 upon k. So ultimately the power that will remain will be only 1. So at the end we are only left with is equal to k divided by k minus 1 into p by rho. This is for what? This is for integration dp by rho. So this is integration dp by rho. Now we will revisit the Bernoulli's equation for compressible flow, that was integration dp by rho plus v1 square by 2g okay, we will keep 1 upon g over here, v square upon 2g plus z we will keep the standard formula. So that was our standard formula here, and then k upon k minus 1 p by rho plus v square by 2 plus gz is equal to constant. So here we will divide the entire equation with g. So g means gravitational acceleration, k upon k minus 1 p by rho g plus v square upon 2g plus z is equal to constant. So that is the equation, and if we need to write down this equation at 2 points, then let's write down them. So for 2 points we can say k upon k minus 1 p1 upon rho 1g plus v1 square upon 2g plus z1 is equal to k upon k minus 1 p2 upon rho 2g plus v2 square upon 2g plus z2. So that is the equation at 2 different points. So that is the end of this theory. Now let's copy our work into our main slides. Now let's move forward with the new theory. Velocity of sound, or pressure given fluid. So this is our next theory. So let's discuss now. There is a few portion which is purely theoretical one. So let's discuss them. Let's say that we are discussing about some form of disturbance in solids and fluids. Okay, so whenever the disturbance is created in solids or fluids, it is transmitted from one point to another. So let's take a small section of any solid or a fluid, and if some form of disturbance is created from this side, then it will be transmitted in this way, that is from one point to another point it will be transmitted. And how it is transmitted? It is transmitted through one molecule to another molecule. It is transmitted through one molecule to another molecule. Okay, now and this transmission or the speed of the disturbance depends on how the molecules are apart from each other. That is, if you recall, let's take three different sections. Solids, and let's don't take three cases, let's take only two cases. First is solid and second is fluids. We will consider liquids and gases together as a fluid. So in case of solids, what happens that all molecules are together, like this, all are very near to each other. So what happens that this transmission is comparatively very quick because molecules are very near to each other. However, so this is the case of solid. Okay, now in case of, let's say, fluids, the molecules are far from each other. So this transmission of this disturbance will be lesser in comparison with the solid. Okay, so because of this, the disturbance speed of disturbance will be less in case of fluids than solids. And now this distance between molecules depends on the density. So as the distance between molecules depends on density, is it consequently depend on the pressure. So that is the fundamental that we need to take care, that the velocity of disturbance depends upon the pressure in the fluid, pressure or density in the fluids. Now let's focus on our derivation part. That was the part of theory, fundamental theory. Now we will derive one equation. Expression for velocity of sound wave in fluid. So in case of this condition, that is when we have a disturbance in fluids, pressure waves are generated, and these pressure waves travel with the speed of, with a velocity of sound. So this sound waves, this pressure waves actually propagate in all three directions, but here we will be considering only one dimensional case. So I will be drawing one figure, so I hope you will remain patient while I am drawing this figure. So here we are having a basic piston cylinder arrangement. And this is the final position here for a cylinder. Okay, we will consider this as a final position. So here let's write down about the nomenclature now, that this is the piston, this is rigid pipe, then we have, see, the velocity of the piston, let's say, is v. V is the velocity of piston. So here this is x is the distance which is given by v dt. So we are assuming the time duration is dt through which the piston is moved with the velocity v. So the distance traveled by the piston is x is equal to v dt, and the pressure wave actually travels with the speed of sound. So let's say that here we are having a pressure wave like this, and this pressure wave is traveling with a velocity c. So the distance which is traveled by the pressure wave is in accordance with the velocity of sound. So this distance will be, let's say this is L is equal to C dt, where C is velocity of sound. So let me write down here comma C, and this one, this is known as wave front. So let me write down here wave front. So that is the propagation of pressure wave. So what we will do is, here we will end this end this lecture right now. And we will continue this derivation in our next lecture.